Hi everyone, it is 8 o'clock and I am back now to do a sweet treat. So if you come on again, as always, say hi. I do have Gord here monitoring who's coming on just because I can't see my phone particularly well. So if you have questions or comments or are excited about what you're seeing and you want to try some, just let me know. And he'll keep track. He'll just say, hey, someone has a question, and then I can respond. So sweets. Whenever I have my in-person open houses, we have a lot of people who are excited to try the sweet things. So I'm going to show you right now that are new. One is for a grab-and-go kind of breakfast item, and the other one is for, you know, whenever you want it. You could have it for breakfast, or you could have it for dessert, or for a treat. So I see that Kim's popped on here. Sometimes I can see the names because they're longer. But say hi. Well, I'd love to know who is joining me. Excited to hear what you guys think about what you're seeing. So, Morning Glory Muffins. Can you see that? This is going to be a game changer. One, I will remind everybody that everything that Epicure makes is gluten-free. Obviously, if you add gluten to it or a gluten product, it will no longer be gluten, but this product is gluten-free. So for any of those who have sort of tummy troubles or are celiac, this is ideal. So Morning Glory Muffins is sort of there's apple for the sweetness, there's cinnamon, and there is a tart kind of cranberry profile, all part of this. However, you don't have to go out and buy apples, and you don't have to go out and buy cranberries, and you don't have to add the cinnamon because it's all in the package. So in order to make this one I'm not making tonight, partly because I don't want a whole bunch of muffins when I'm going to be hopping on a plane tomorrow. But this one, all you're going to do is in a large bowl, in a bowl, you're going to add 2 eggs. You're going to add a cup of unsweetened applesauce. Similar to my tip for last time, we don't eat applesauce normally. We don't use a lot of applesauce. So I just buy the individual applesauces that are shelf stable, could sit in your pantry for a long time, and then you have it for when you want a Morning Glory muffin. So you're going to put applesauce, 2 eggs, and a half a cup of oil. That's it. Mix it all up. Like with most gluten baking, you want it to sit for a little bit before you cook it, and that's just to let the moisture get into the activating things that are going to puff up, because gluten is usually what does that in your muffins. You can always add more apples if you want. You can always add cranberries. You can add nuts. You could add whatever you would like to this, but I think people are going to like this one, so I'll be sampling it next week. If you're going to come pop by, you can give me a thumbs up as to whether you think this is something you'd like to try, and maybe if there's something you would like to have popped in it. And it won't be chocolate, because there's going to be chocolate in what I'm going to be making next. So yeah, I'm excited. But that's the Morning Glory muffin. Now what we're going to do is we are going to do ruby red velvet cupcakes. So this is the second package sort of dessert that they've brought out for this one, for this catalog. And I'm excited about this one because red velvet in general is a vanilla. It's a light vanilla flavored dessert, and usually has just a pile load of red food coloring, which I don't think that's good for anyone. We use beetroot powder. So it's using a natural product to make the color. I mean, you can always add a little bit more if you don't think it's red enough for you, but that's what this is. And instead of making cupcakes, because I didn't bring my muffin tray to make the cupcakes, we are going to again make it using my tray, and we're going to make it into cookies. So if you were going to make it as a muffin, I'll just let you know it's again 2 eggs, 3/4 cups of milk, and you can use whatever kind of milk you would like, oil, and then some vanilla and some vinegar. And you can use apple cider vinegar, white vinegar, whichever vinegar you want. That's what's going to activate this to puff up. But we're going to make cookies, and when we do the cookies, we're going to do it with just, I have it on here, it's got 2 eggs, 1/4 cup of oil, 2 tablespoons of milk, and a 1/2 cup of chocolate chips. Because that's what makes it really good. So we're going to make it. We don't have bowls here, so I have like a big old measuring spoon, measuring cup. Oh.
Darlene had a comment about the applesauce.
Oh.
You can freeze applesauce in the silicone cupcake makers, and then freeze the pucks, pre-measured pucks in a freezer bag or a container, and then remove as needed.
Smarty pants! And then that would be even better because there's not all that packaging and it would be less money. So smart. Thank you for sharing that tip, Darlene. If you didn't hear it, what it was, because Gord's kind of behind the camera, instead of buying the little individual, probably do that with the yogurt too that I used on there instead of using the individual package. When you're traveling, the individual ones are quite nice. She was saying applesauce. Buy your applesauce, and then in that muffin pan that I didn't bring, which is, if you haven't seen it, it's a round silicone that comes in a set of 2 with 6 cupcakes or muffin holders. So these both make 12 of those. But she's saying portion out your applesauce into those, put that in the freezer, pop out the pucks and put it in a baggie. Thumbs up for a great tip. Okay, so we're gonna put the 2 eggs. Thank you again for sharing. If anybody has any other tips, I love tips. So again, I'm just using my little prep bowl. Our little mini whisk is awesome. So if you have like little gifts you wanna do, mini whisks, 4-in-1 spice spoon, we have lots of little tiny cookware items that are awesome. So 2 eggs, a 1/4 cup of oil. We're gonna put that in there. I'm gonna just scoop that in here. Okay. 2 tablespoons. Again, my 4-in-1 spice spoon. But it's my second one because we bring 2 when we travel. Okay. And I decided to make cookies because cookies are kind of transportable. So we can take them when we head off on the plane. And I'm also doing it, if you saw my posts back in December, and I guess the gingerbread is not available. So I'm kind of telling you about a cookie that I absolutely love now. But what I liked about it was you could make the cookies and you use this scooper and it makes like perfectly round and they're nice and chewy on the inside and crispy on the outside. And I'm hoping that's what's going to happen with these ones as well. So all I did was I put milk, eggs, and oil. We're going to cut open, gotta make sure I open up the right package. Is anybody online excited about these ones? I'm sure they're going to be a hit at the at the open house. And you can already see the red powder. You can see that there? Yeah. The red powder goes in there and you're not using that artificial food coloring. So this is the cookies. And all I'm going to do is I'll scoop them out onto a pan. I've preheated the oven at 375. And we're going to just throw that in the oven. And I did post the aloo gobi. Delicious. Oh my goodness. We were saying, oh, if we had like we have a chicken breast that we made earlier on the barbecue, and we're going to put it with our chicken breast so we can have a nice complete meal. But you have the lentils in there, so there's already protein. So this is what the batter looks like. And you could make anything. You could make like fun little cake pops or something like that. But there's a whole bunch of recipes that they've put online. And one of the ones I think that will be really interesting from how to use red velvet for breakfast. I said you could, but you could eat the muffin. But they have like a pancake recipe, like a sheet pan recipe. So you use the package and you make like this big flat batter that you put in the oven, and then you just cut it and you've got like these red velvet. How fun, festive. I mean, how exciting is that? I don't know. Vanilla pancakes for breakfast. We were saying we could throw like a scoop of protein powder, like we have our vanilla protein powder. We could throw that in there. So there's our batter. And they suggested white chocolate chips. So that's what we're going to do. And I guess that would make sense with kind of a vanilla. It's a kind of a vanilla white chocolate. Oh, yum. And again, it's all about no cleanup. This little sheet liner thing cleans up like a dream. So there's our cookie mix. And all I'm going to do, we have 2 of these. This is the smaller one, so one's 1/4 cup. That's the bigger one. This is like 2 tablespoons, and I'll just show you how nice and easy it is for cookies. Because this is how I did my gingerbread cookies, and they worked out perfect. And then we're just going to pop them in the oven. How long did it say I needed to put them in the oven for? 12 minutes. So you could potentially make these in the microwave, but I think cookies need to be kind of crisper. So we're going to pop these in the oven. And we should get probably 2 trays full of cookies. Unfortunately, I only brought 2 trays, and one was used for the flatbread I made, but I'll just show you this. And see how they're like just perfectly round. And because they're a little higher, when they cook, they kind of come down. They're not already spread out, so they don't get really extra cooked on the outsides. It just makes for a nice, moist cookie. And I'll just show you them. Does anybody else like red velvet? I haven't had very many red velvet things in my life. I've had a red velvet cake, but I thought it was more chocolate, and I know I have a smoothie recipe for a red velvet, but it's chocolate again. So here, I'll just put this on there really quick, and we're going to pop these in the oven. And I will invite my husband up. Hopefully everyone said hi. I saw lots of comments flying by. If there's any questions, I will be sure to look at them and make sure I respond if they weren't raised. Again, I just so appreciate you being here, being excited about what's new. I'm so excited to be able to share it with you. So see, there's my little cookies, and they're going to go in the oven for 12 minutes, and then we're going to enjoy them tonight.
Hi everybody, I am back again, and I'm sure everybody's excited to have some choices for, what's the prize?
Oh yeah. Sorry, you get a choice. Again, you can pick from the Morning Glory Muffin or the Ruby Red Velvet Cupcake. And if by chance you happen to be coming to my open house, you can decide after you've tasted, I guess provided I have them still in stock. I did order some, and I'm hoping it'll be in time. So let me know which one you would like.
So let's see who's going to win. Good luck everybody. Sandy.
Woohoo! Sandy, you have won your choice of the cupcakes, the red velvet cupcakes, or the Morning Glory muffins. So hopefully you're excited to be a winner and to get that. I can pop it in the mail because I know you're all the way up on the far north side, unless you happen to be coming by next Saturday. So look forward to seeing you guys again. We'll be back here at 8:30, and that'll be when I'll wrap up with something additional for your sweet tooth. Hope to see you guys. Bye.